Here are the notes for 8.3D, solving rational equations. So first, your vocab word. A rational equation. So for space sake, I'm just going to write this. Is an equation containing rational expressions. The usual equation solving technique is multiplying both sides by the LCD. So remember, equation just means you're going to have this equal sign in the middle. We did other operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We did all of those already. Okay, this is now an equation. So, multiply both sides by the LCD. Look at the factors I have on bottom. What do I have on bottom? My LCD would be x plus 1, x minus 3. So if I multiply this fraction by x plus 1 and x minus 3, the x minus 3 cancels, right? If I multiply the other side by x plus 1, x plus 3, the x plus 1's cancel. So on the left-hand side, I'm left with 3, x plus 3 equals 2, x plus 1. Now, the other way of doing this would have just been, since I have one thing on the left and one thing on the right, cross multiply. So 2 times x minus 1, which is what we said. 3 times x minus 3, whoops, which is what I should have said there. This should be a minus. Okay. Now, so when you have one thing on the left and one on the right, you can do it that way. That's not going to work every time, though. So this is why I'm going to stick with this other method here as well. So now step 2 is to simplify. So that just means let's distribute. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 1 is 2. Now to solve for x, I need to move my x's to the same side. So I subtract 2x from both sides. That's this step right here, the solving now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write x, because that's what I'm left with on that side, right? This is just x. And then to move the 9 over, you have to add 9 to both sides. So x equals 11. Okay, let's do the same thing in number 2. First thing you want to do is factor this. So what multiplies to negative 8 and adds to 2, that's going to be x plus 4, x minus 2. Okay, now it says multiply everything by the least common denominator. If you want to ignore the denominators altogether and just say, oh, this one is missing an x plus 4. I know x minus 2 and x minus 2 will cancel. This middle one is missing nothing. This one on the first one, it already has the x plus 4, so it's just missing x minus 2, right? So then we can kind of ignore the denominators and just focus on the numerators up top here. Okay? So then I have 2x minus 4 plus, and then 2x minus 1, that did not change. And then I still have my equal sign in the middle. Distribute the 1, so that's x plus 4. Combine like terms on the left-hand side. So 2x and 2x is 4x. Negative 4 and negative 1 is negative 5. Okay, now I need to get my x's on the same side. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. And then I'm left with I'm running out of space here. I'm left with, what, 3x here? And then I have to add 5 over to the other side. So equals 9. X still isn't alone, so divide by 3. X equals 3. Okay, we got 3 more. You can pause it and try them. I will explain them right now as well. Okay, so here I have one fraction on the left in number 1 and one fraction on the right. So, whoops. So you can just cross multiply if you want, or you can think of it as saying, okay, I need to multiply this one by y plus 2. I need to multiply, dang it, this one by 5. I guess I keep hitting the back button up there. Okay, so either way, we end up with 5, and then y minus 3, and then equals, on this side, I have what? Y plus 2, because it's just 1 times y plus 2. So 5y minus 15 equals y plus 2. Subtract y from both sides. That's 4y. These cancel. Add 15. Add 15. These cancel. So that's 17. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Y equals 17 over 4. Just leave it. Don't try and turn it into a mixed number. No need to put it in as a decimal. That's all you have to do. Okay? Looking at number 2. The least common denominator would be this factor x and this factor x minus 5, right? So the key is multiply. This one's missing an x minus 5. So I'm going to multiply by, oh my goodness, x minus 5. And remember, this is really just on top. I'm going to move this down, apparently. Okay, I have to multiply this one by x. I have to multiply this one by x minus 5. So ignore the denominators. I have a minus here, right? So that means I'm going to turn this into a plus and make this 60 a minus. So, starting with the first one, 60 times x is 60x. 60 times negative 3. Oh, that was a 5, sorry. Times negative 5 is negative 300. And then here I have minus 60x. We're just going to have to do that problem on another page. So this 2 is being multiplied by x minus 5. So that's minus 2x minus 10. Now combine like terms. So on this side, the 60x's cancel, and I'm just left with negative 300. Oops, not equals, minus 2x minus 10. So now I still have these two that need to be combined. I guess I could have done that in one step, but negative 310. That was an equal sign. So